Hello everyone, Vicki Achard here with Nature's Best Art. Thank you for joining me today. This is week 3 of a 5-part series, 25 tags till Christmas. And when we get done in a couple weeks, we're going to have 25 tags made, all ready for Christmas. And then today I'm really excited to show you about the tag that I made this week. It is really, really cute. So let me turn the camera down and I'll show you. So we're going to be turning this into this. And it's really sparkly and fun. And it says Handmade for You and Merry Christmas. And it has like little peppermints in it. I'm going to show you how to make those today, okay? So let's get real close so you can see it better. So here it is close. And so the stamps that we're going to be using are Handmade For You, which is in this packet, and then the ball jar. And we're going to be using a Merry Christmas stamp. Now, all these stamps are from a Fiskars packet that I had. Okay. And then the Merry Christmas stamp is from, remember last week I actually lost it from last year. But I did find it this past week. I was so happy to find it. And what I did was I put it in an envelope along with this Happy Holidays stamp. This is actually from, could be from Inkadoo or Stampendous. I'm not sure because I didn't actually save the package. I probably should have saved the package so I could tell you. But I think it's so pretty. One day I want to make, you know, probably a tag or maybe a Christmas card with this. I think it's so pretty. But so just a word of warning or a teachable moment, I guess. Save your stamps and put them back in your in your packets, so you'll find them next time. But so let's get started on this. What you want to do is you want to make your take your paper, and this is a real sparkly paper. If you don't have this, you know, you can find any paper you have. And then I stamped it to and from. And that stamp, I showed you that a couple times ago. That was from Studio G from Michaels. Or you could put, you know, you write your to and from on the back. And this paper is 2 1/4 wide by 3 1/2 long. Thought that was a good size for that ball jar there. And so let's stamp our ball jar, and I'm going to be using a Arches 140 pound. Last time I didn't want to use the 140 pound, but I thought it worked good on this design. So so let's get our stamp pad that we're going to use for that, which is going to be this. There's the ball jar. And what I like to use for this is my Fiskars. You know, what I do is I put it on the bottom part here on my table, and then I simply just push this down here like this, just like that, and it'll stick to it. And I'm sure you have, you know, you've seen these. If you haven't, that's how you do that. And then what I do is I get my, I'm going to use Versafine mark for this, because what I can do is I can take this off and turn that like that, and I'll get my ink on it like that. Okay. Okay, so let's see, let's get our ink up, juice it up real good. Okay, and I'm going to stamp it. And you just want to press really good, get a good image. And there it is. Works really well. Okay. And I would ordinarily let it dry a little bit or use my hair dryer to dry it a little bit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside because I already have one made and cut. And what I like to do is I like to use these Tim Holtz scissors. They're for fussy cutting. And it cuts it really nice. And I did want to save that black border around there. I wanted to use all of that. Now, this paper here, I already have that cut, so we can use that. Save some time. Okay. And now what I want to do is I want to put my ribbon, or this is called baker's twine, around the top part of that. I thought that looked really cute. So let's do that. Just tie a knot. And when things are this little, I feel like I'm all thumbs. Do you feel that way? Okay, when you get to doing things, just take your time. There we go. Make a little bow. Okay. And what I like to do is make it little. I think it looks pretty littler. The bows look pretty littler. Perfect. Okay, let's put that in there a little bit. And then I like to cut this. This is actually 10 inches. It gives me a little room so that I can, you know, actually make the bow quite, you know, quickly. If it was littler, then it would be harder. Okay. Then what I want to do is I want to turn it around. And this is my Scotch tape, and I like to put this on the back on each side. So I want it to stick up a little bit. I just got a little bit sticking out, a little too near there. So I want to get that away from there a little bit. There we go. And for some reason I'm getting black. Should be dry by now. Okay, so I want to line it up. I'm going to do about what I did before with this one because it worked really well. Okay. And just push it on there a little bit. And I'm going to make my hole for my ribbon, or I keep calling it, well actually this is this part, this isn't baker's twine. I'll show you what this is. I had this and I thought it looked really nice with this project. This isn't this big. This is a big piece of this yarn. Okay, so so let's see, that was 10 inches. This is 11 inches. I don't think I ever told you the last couple times we've been making tags, but I make these 11 inches. And I like to fold it. Put this on here like this. Push it through. And then take that part and pull it. There. Alright, now we're going to be using, the reason we're doing the Arches watercolor paper is I'm going to be using my Derwent watercolor pencils. And let's see, I'm using teal green 1300 and neutral gray 2120. Okay, so the teal green, I just love the teal green on these ball jars. I don't know why. I think it reminds me of like the glass is showing through, maybe. I don't know. I just always like that look. So that's why I chose this color. And this is handmade, so you don't have to be real fussy with things. And this part's going to be kind of covered anyway. So just put your pencil on there, and then I'm going to take my this is a Princeton Neptune. It's a number 6, These hold a lot of water. These were my first watercolor brushes I ever got, and it's just real nice to hold a lot of water. I did hear though that if you're new at watercolor, these aren't the best to start out with, because you have to really control your water, you know, a lot, because they do hold a lot of water. It might be a little difficult, but these are what I started out with. And then I went to the, let's see, I'll show you. This is a brush that I'm using now, the Creative Mart, for my watercolor. Mimic Kolinsky's. Let's see if you can, there we go. And I do like those better than the Princeton Neptune, but for this project, this works well, because I do want quite a bit of water. I think it looks kind of, you know, kind of nice. Okay. And let's dry that, because we're going to put another color on. I like to use my hair dryer. Okay, and then let's use our neutral gray, just to give it a little bit of a different color. So we got some black going on here. I like to harmonize things, give it a little bit of a look that the other parts have. And we're going to activate that with our water. It shows up a little bit more. Okay, let's dry that. Okay, now before we put the peppermints on, we're going to be stamping our Merry Christmas part here, and that's with just cardstock, whatever cardstock you have. And then I have actually a block for that, and it works really well. So I have a block and you know, for my stamps, and then this Fiskars. I don't know what you call this, but it's just, I just love using this for my bigger stamps, you know. And then this is my smaller stamp, so I use my block. Okay, and I wanted to use my color box for this. This is here, did you see that? It's my color box. The red, it's real pretty. Let's get that all juiced up. Okay, let's see what kind of image we get for that. You just want to leave your hands, you know, your fingers on there a little bit. Okay, beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? Love that. Okay. Oh, I do, you know, I would have to dry that, but I do have one of those made also, just to get ready. But I didn't cut it, and I want to cut it now. Okay, so I want to show you how to cut, you know, this fussy cutting is just really real nice. These scissors to use for fussy cutting. Go around there. And when you do, you know, do this, you just move your paper. Is the best thing to do. Just keep moving around and around. There we go. And to give it a little, you know, harmonize, you know, I have this teal. And I think it looks real nice because, you know, this part is teal here, and this is, you know, basically, you know, teal. You know, I don't know what color this is. It's kind of a greenish teal, I call it. Okay, and I want to use my blender. And where is my, oh, here it is right here. Okay, and then I just go around like this, just to give it that look. It makes it look a little finished, and not that you just cut it, you know, like that. Okay, so that's our Merry Christmas part. Then we have one more part to stamp, and that is our Handmade For You. And you know what I thought? I thought, oh man, these would be so cute if you had, you know, you make people like pumpkin bread, or cookies, or something like that for Christmas time. And then you put this on. That'd be nice. Or something handmade, something that you made. I'm always making something. This year I made my granddaughter's trinket boxes. Now that tag would have been nice for that. Okay, so now we're going to get this all stamped up and juicy here. And let's get our tag here that we're working on. Let's see if we can get a good image. Okay. Yeah, very nice. I like that. Turned out good. Okay. Alright, now it's time to make our little peppermints. Okay, so how I did that was, now you can make them out of, oh, something like this. I don't know if you have any, like a Tombow Mono permanent adhesive runner. If you have that, I think that would work. I wouldn't use glue. I started to make it out of glue, but it was pretty messy. So I didn't do that, and I didn't use this. What I did is I used my, let me get them here, my ZOTS. These are permanent clear adhesive ZOTS, and they're 3D. If you don't have those ZOTS, you know, you can make them smaller, and these are removable ZOTS, but I wanted them bigger, because to tell you the truth, I didn't want to make a lot, because you know, we don't want to make it too hard, right? So these come in a roll, and what I do is I cut it out like that, and then I'll put it on here. I know where I want to position them, because you know, my one that I did the other day. So, and then you just take it off, okay? And you take your baker's twine, and this is the last roll I have of the baker's twine. I have to probably shop on Amazon to get more. Okay, so then you want to put it in the middle. What you do is you just turn it around and around. See, you just keep going around. You press it. You'll want to move probably your tag a little bit when you do this. Any way that you can, just keep going around and around. See, like that. And just takes a little bit of time. Now, if you don't want to, you know, do it this way, you can, you know, draw them on there. You can paint them on there. You know, you don't have to do this, but I just thought that it looked really cute. I don't mind taking a little bit of time if I'm only gonna do 5, you know. So I don't mind taken a time to do this. Okay, but if you don't have the time, you know, you can you know, draw them on there if you want. Now what I did was I went, see if you notice, I hope you can see this. Did you see I went under? Okay, now I'm going to go underneath the peppermint, okay? And that is covering it, all of it. So then I'm going to take my scissors, I'm going to cut, and I'm going to put it under there. Now, it's kind of hard with your fingers to get under there, so I have this tool. It's called a stylist, and so I'm going to poke it under there. See, I'm doing that. I'm going to poke it under there. And it's sticking. And then if you have trouble, like if you went too far with your baker's twine and it wasn't sticking for some reason, then you can use, you know, your glue, you know, to glue it a little bit. You can do that. I've done that. Okay. All right, now I'm going to do one more, and then I will pause the video and then I'll do the other two. But let me put one more on there for you. Hopefully you saw how I was doing that. I didn't check my my computer to see if you were able to see that. Let me check my computer. All right, now. So you put this on the ZOTS. You peel it back. And you get your baker's twine. Now let's see. Yeah, okay. You can see that, right? I'm putting it right in the middle. All right, now let me make sure you can see this. Let me try to get my finger out of the way. You see how I'm going around? Okay, I'm looking at my computer, making sure you can see this. Going around there. And sometimes, you know, you have to move your paper. Like that. And you just keep moving it around. Round and around. I'm going to do it kind of tight because it's so you can cover the whole area. I don't know what Christmas is going to be like this year. I was telling my kids, I think we all meet in the car, actually, because it's going to be cold and we can't meet in the house. So I was thinking we would all meet in the car, in our cars, park outside, and then, you know, we can open our gifts, exchange the gifts. Of course, we'll put them on the ground, and then they could take them 6 feet away. And then we'll just, you know, we'll get on maybe FaceTime or something and on our phones while we're in the car. Doesn't that sound terrible? But you know what? If we don't do that, then guess what? Then we don't have any contact at all. So I think that would be harder. So that's what I was telling my children, and I didn't hear any of them say they didn't want to, you know. So now you take this little tool here and you push that there. Like I say, if it sticks out a little bit, you can put your glue on there, but I think it'll be fine. Okay. All right. So that is 2 of them. Now, when I come back, I'll have the other 2 made. There's going to be 4 on here. And actually, this tag here, it's just perfect for this tag, I thought. But this, you know, it covers the area here, so you don't have to do 2 more. So, but so anyway, so all right, let's get 2 more made. Okay, my 4 peppermints are made. And I did end up using a little bit of this glue. It's real nice because it has a nice point to it. If you have to use the glue to just tag those down just a little bit, you know, on the ends there. Just right there. It was sticking up too much, I thought, so I used it there. And so now we're going to put our Merry Christmas sentiment on it. So what I did for this is I used my dimensional here. That's from Scotch. And then I cut it. And I sized it. I want to use about that much. Put it down. Took that paper off. And then I put another one on top, just to bump it up a little bit more, because these are pretty thick. If you don't have the real thick ones, or you know, if you use this you know, this tape to hold these on, you know, it won't be this, you don't have to put probably a double dimension here. But these ZOTS are very, very, you know, thick, so it sticks up quite a bit. And so I wanted to use a double dimension there, and I'm gonna put it right on here, kind of on an angle, and just so that make sure it's on here, that part, and it covers this part here, so you can't tell there's no more of the peppermints underneath this. Okay, good. Then I'm going to be using this Holly Stickles. It's so nice. I just got it in the mail, just in time actually, to use this. I wanted to use a little green here. I had my Studio G, but I do like the Stickles better. And come to find out, this Holly is real pretty because it has like a little red in it. And it just shines. I don't know if you could see this. Can you see it now better? It just shines so pretty. So I thought that looked really pretty. And let me make sure it works. For some reason, you have to shake it down quite a bit in this one. Usually I don't have to shake them that much. There, it works. Okay. So I'm going to start out, make sure you see that, right underneath here to make it look like there's some kind of like all around the jar. I'm going to go all around that black part. And now if I miss any areas, I'm not concerned because it's so dark it won't show up. And what you can do, sometimes you can kind of, you know, spread it a little bit if you miss a little bit of it. But I'm not that concerned about it. I think it makes it a little bit more artsy looking if you don't actually. Now I can move that and bring it up, but I think that's okay to just stop right there. And then I'm going to go around this side and right here along this black area, like that. And then I'm going to go on top a little bit. I like the way the look of that looks, you know, just on top. And now this is where I don't mind if I miss it all. I just think it looks actually a little better. See, if I kind of miss, so it doesn't look too like globby, you know. Too much of this stuff is, you know, it's just, you know, you just want a little sparkle. And then maybe around here a little bit. It's easy to kind of play, you know, want to play with it and do a lot of it, but just a little bit. Now, excuse me, like right here, I want to spread it out a little bit, see? I don't want to make it look too globby. I just think it looks better. Then what I like to do is I like to dot my eye in Christmas. Just like that. And there we have it. Isn't that beautiful? I just think they are so adorable. You know, like maybe on, if you give someone like cranberry bread or something handmade, or it doesn't have to be handmade, just, you know, a tag. You know, it's just such a cute tag, I think. Can you see it? There we go. It's so pretty. I want to show you the other ones I made. Now last year, of course, I remember last video I told you guys I'm always a year ahead with my designs, what I'm going to make the next year. This is actually my second year in doing this, and I think I'm going to do this every year. I just really enjoy working with paper and you know, stuff like this. It just makes me happy. Don't you want to do something to make you just, you know, so happy, right, around this time, and fiddle with all this Christmas stuff? So anyway, this was the one that I made last year, and when I pulled it out to show you guys how to make this tag, I thought a little bit about this, and I did see that I put the glue under there to make these, and I just started to do that actually, and I'll show you one that I started this year. It's this one here. I started to do that with the glue, and it was just, it seemed too messy. So that's why I did, you know, the dimensionals, the ZOTS. I don't want to touch this one, it's kind of wet. So okay, so then what I changed is I didn't have this green on here because I didn't have the Stickles last year, so I added that this year actually to this, and I had a different tag, and I don't mind if it frays like that. I just think it looks here, can you see that? Let me see it's kind of fraying, and I don't mind that at all. I think that looks kind of nice. But I thought, well, maybe red to match this would maybe be a little better tag, so that's why I kind of changed it up and used that yarn. And this is what I put last year, because I just didn't think about putting this Merry Christmas down here at all. But I mean, you can do what you want. If you don't have this stamp, I think it looks kind of cute. You know, if you match your colors, and looks kind of cute, or you can put it here on the corner. Now too, I made this smaller. That's why I gave you those dimensions of a bigger paper, this greener paper here, 2 1/4 by 3 1/2, rather than this. I just think it looks a little better. And so, you know, that's the variations, you know, you can do with this tag. Let me see, I have one more. So I did make 5 altogether. Let me see if you can see them all. Let me move this over a little bit. Bring them down a little bit there. So there are our 5 tags that we made, and I'm so excited about them. I just hope that you can try it. If you don't have the ball jar stamp, then, you know, you can draw your ball jar. You know, when the ball jars, it's real easy. You just, you know, you make your line under here, you know, and you come on one side, make your line on the other side with your pencil, and you draw your top part of the jar, and there you go. You can have a stamp like this if you like that. And like I say, like these little things take a little time, but you know, it's only gonna, you know, be 5 of them. So I just absolutely love them. I'm just getting goosebumps just looking at them. So I hope you had a lot of fun today. I sure did. And so I think my husband and I now are going to take a walk, and it's really looks kind of cold out there, and I'm going to dress real warm, and I'm going to get my exercise in. Everybody keep getting your exercise in, because there's a lot to keep up with this time of year. So until next time, happy creating.